Hello dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you will be fine. My name is Engineer Nur Masood Shah. I am lecturer in Department of Technology, Sarhad University of Science and Information Technology, Peshawar. As I am teaching you the subject fluid mechanics, today is your lecture number 8. In lecture number 8, we will study about energy of a liquid in motion and their different types. So coming to the topic, the energy in general may be defined as the capacity to do work. Though the energy exists in many forms, yet the following are important from the subject point of view. The first one is the potential energy, second one is the kinetic energy, and the third one is the pressure energy. First one is the potential energy of a liquid particle in motion. It is the energy which is possessed by a liquid particle by virtue of its position. If a liquid particle is z meters above the horizontal datum, the potential energy of the particle will be z meters kilogram, briefly written as mkg per kilogram of the liquid. The potential head of the liquid at that point will be z meters of the liquid. Next type is the kinetic energy of the liquid particle in motion. It is the energy possessed by a liquid particle by virtue of its motion or velocity. If a liquid particle is flowing with a mean velocity of v meters per second, then the kinetic energy of the particle will be v square divided by 2g of the liquid. Velocity head of the liquid at that velocity will be v square divided by 2g meters of the liquid. The other type is the pressure energy of a liquid particle in motion. It is the energy which is possessed by the liquid particle by virtue of its existing pressure. So the energy which is possessed by virtue of the pressure is known as the pressure energy. If a liquid particle is under pressure of T kilonewton per square meter, that is kilopascal, then the pressure energy of the particle will be P divided by omega of the liquid. Here omega is the specific weight of the liquid. Pressure head of the liquid under that pressure will be P divided by omega meters of the liquid. Next is the total energy of a liquid particle in motion. The total energy of a liquid particle in motion is the sum of its potential energy, kinetic energy, and pressure energy. And mathematically, total energy is equal to is denoted as E is equal to Z plus P square divided by 2G plus P divided by omega meters of the liquid. Here E is the total energy, Z is the potential energy, V square divided by 2G is the kinetic energy, while P divided by omega is the pressure energy. So the sum of all of these energies is equal to the total energy. Note, as a matter of fact, the units of energy are in Newton meter or joule, but according to the subject point of view, the units of energy are taken in terms of the meter of the light weight. The other topic is the total head of the liquid particle in motion. The total head of a particle in motion is the sum of its potential head, kinetic head, and pressure head. And mathematically, total head H is equal to Z plus V square divided by 2G plus P divided by omega meters of the liquid. So the sum of all of the heads, which is the potential head, kinetic head, and pressure head, is known as the total pressure head. Here in the equation, H is the total head, Z is the potential head, V square divided by 2G is the kinetic head, while P divided by omega is the pressure head. Next is example 7.1. The statement of the example is water is flowing through a tapered pipe having n diameters of 150 mm and 50 mm respectively. Find the discharge at the larger end and velocity head at the smaller end if the velocity of water at the larger end is 2 meters per second. So we have a tapered pipe, water is flowing through that tapered pipe. The end diameters are 150 mm and 50 mm respectively given. We have to find the discharge at the larger end and the velocity head at the smaller end, and the velocity at the larger end is given, which is 2 meters per second. So first of all we will write the given data. In given data we have d1 given, which is equal to 150 mm. 150 divided by 1000 will give you the d1 value in meter, which is equal to 0.15 meter. d2 is equal to 50 mm. Divide this 50 by 1000, so we will get d2 value in meter, which is equal to 0.05 meters. And v1 is equal to 2.5 meters per second, which is velocity at the larger end given. So in example it is given 2 meter and here it is taken as 2.5. So actually it is 2.5, not 2. Now we have to find discharge at the larger end. So for this purpose we will first of all we find the cross-sectional area of the pipe at the larger end. So for that we will use the area of the circle, which is A is equal to pi by 4 d square. So here d is equal to d1 given 0.15. Put the value of d1, you will get the area at the larger end. A1 is equal to 17.67 into 10 to the power 3 10 to the power minus 3 square meter. Now to find the discharge at the larger end, we have the equation of discharge Q is equal to AV. Area is already found out, which is 17.67 into 10 to the power minus 3. This velocity is already given, which is 2.5 meters per second. Put the values, you will get the total discharge that is equal to 44.2 into 10 to the power minus 3 cubic meter per second. Now multiply this value by 1000, you will get the discharge in liters per second, that is equal to 44.2 liters per second. Now to find the velocity head at the smaller end, so for that purpose we also know that the cross-sectional area of the pipe at the smaller end A2 is equal to pi by 4 d2 square. So put the value of d2, which is equal to 0.05 meter. So we will get the A2 value, which is 1.96 for 10 to the power minus 3 square meters. Now to find the value of V2, is according to equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So find the value of V2, put the values of A1, V1 and A2, you will get the value of V2, which is equal to 22.5 meter per second. Now to find the velocity head at the smaller end, we have the velocity head equation, which is equal to V square divided by 2g. So as the velocity at the smaller end is V2, so put the values of V2 which is 22.5, 2g is 9.81. So we will get the velocity at the smaller end, which is equal to 25.8 meter, and this is the answer of our example 7.1. Next example is 7.2. A circular pipe of 250 mm diameter carries an oil of specific gravity 0.8 at the rate of 120 liters per second and under a pressure of 2 kilopascal. Calculate the total energy in meters at a point which is 3 meters above the datum line. So in statement we have a 250 mm diameter pipe which carries the oil. Specific weight is given 0.8. Discharge is given, which is 120 liters per second, and pressure is given, which is 2 kilopascal. And we have to calculate the total energy while the datum is given, datum height is given, which is 3 meters. So first of all we will write the given data. In given data, d is equal to 250 mm, which is equal to 0.25 meter. Specific gravity of the oil is equal to 0.8, and discharge Q is equal to 120 liters per second. Divide this 120 by 1000, we will get discharge in cubic meter per second, and that is equal to 120 into 10 to the power minus 3 cubic meter per second. And P is equal to 2 kilopascal. In fact, it is 20 kilonewton, 20 kilopascal, so that is equal to 20 kilonewton per meter square, and Z is equal to 3 meter. So now to find the total energy, we first of all we find the area of the pipe A, which is equal to pi by 4 d square. Put the value of d, which is equal to 0.25. So you will get the A value of area. A is equal to 49.09 10 power minus 3 square meter. Now to find the velocity of oil, we have the equation of discharge is equal to AV. So from that equation we find the velocity, which comes out to be V is equal to Q by A. Discharge is already given 120 into 10 power minus 3 cubic meter per second. Area is 49.09 into 10 power minus 3. So dividing discharge by area, we will get the velocity of the oil, which is 2.44 meter per second. Now to find the total energy, we have equation Z plus V square divided by 2G plus P divided by omega. Here Z is given 3 meter, velocity is already found out, which is 2.44 meter per second. G is 9.81, P is given which is 20 kilonewton. In the problem it is 2 kilopascal, but actually it is 20 kilopascal. Mistakenly it is written as 2, but it is 20 kilonewton per square meter or 20 kilopascal. Again, the unit weight is to find the unit weight, multiply the specific gravity of oil by 9.81, we will get the unit weight of oil. So 0.8 multiplied by 9.81. Add all these values or simplify this equation, you will get the total energy, which is equal to 5.8 liters, and this is the answer of our example 7.2. Next example is 7.3. Statement is water is flowing through a pipe of 70 mm diameter under a gauge pressure of 50 kilopascal and with a mean velocity of 2 meter per second. Neglecting friction, determine the total head if the pipe is 7 meter above the datum line. So water is flowing through a pipe, diameter of pipe is given 70 mm. Pressure is also given 50 kilopascal and the mean velocity also given 2 meter per second, and also the datum head is given, which is 7 meter. So in solution we first of all given data d is equal to 70 meter divided by 1000, we will get this d value in meter, which is equal to 0.07 meter. T is equal to 50 kilopascal already given, which is equal to 50 kilonewton per square meter. P is equal to 2 meter per second already given, and Z is equal to 7 meter already given. So we have to find the total head. So the total head equation, H is equal to Z plus V square divided by 2G plus P divided by omega. Here Z is equal to 7, V is equal to 2, G is 9.81, P is equal to 50, omega is 9.81 since the liquid is water. So simplify this equation, we will get the total head of water, which is equal to 12.3 meter, and this is the answer for example 7.3. And this is the end of our lecture number 8.